Are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Okay, thank you. Next we would like to ask, is there any adjustments to the meeting minutes from last month's meeting?
Disclaimer.
Oh yeah, forgot about the disclaimer. Oh, by the way, before we get to that part, this meeting is being recorded to be posted on our YouTube channel, which will also be connected to our Facebook group page we have. So anything that you say in this meeting will be a part of the public domain. So please note that if you have an issue, please let us know. Now back to the agenda. We would like to know if there anyone that has any concerns regarding the meeting minutes from last month's meeting, any corrections, edits, changes that need to be noted.
Yes, this is Lee Tucker. I do have a couple, and I apologize for the first one because I didn't make it clear. I didn't spell it out. Because when it says there's a service or organization called C3D, that was the word C, S-E-E, 3D, instead of letter capital C, 3D. So let me spell that out because I didn't say it right even the second time. It's capital S-E-E, numeral 3D. That's the first one. The second one is, we were talking about the Park of Roses meeting, and at the time we didn't have the full time of what the correct time was. And I don't know if we need to adjust the April minutes for that or not.
Um, for the April minute, I'm not sure. Now we have a time for the summer gathering. It will be on July 27th, from 10 a.m. to 3. And it will be at the Park of Roses, which is Whetstone Park and Shelter number 1.
Yeah, because what it currently says, it's from 10 to 6 p.m. and food will be available from 1 p.m.
Okay, that's the adjustment. It's we only could get the shelter from 10 to 3, and we'll be serving food between 11 and 2.
I would think that you would only be able to update the most recent minutes. I don't think it's,
A minute. Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't,
Thank
I
you.
could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that you would just update that to the minutes in which the change occurred.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. All right. Is there any other corrections or edits to last month's meeting minutes? Would someone like to make a motion that we accept the meeting minutes as changed and corrected and edited? So Mary Lynn has put through the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Dustin Grandstaff has made a second to keep the meeting minutes as changed and edited. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion has passed.
Mary Harland has left the meeting.
Thank you so much. Now we will move on to the treasurer's report.
And this is a report for the Columbus chapter of the ACBO for ending in the period of June 7th, 2024, for the period starting May 11th, 2024 to June 7th, 2024. Checking ending balance $18,341.47, decrease of $106.11. Deposit, technically this is not a deposit, it's a canceled check. It's the first check to Short North stage was not received, so that's $1,000. Expenses, Mike Russell was reimbursed for his reserving the shelter house for us for $75. The AT&T phone bill, $16.11. Short North stage check number 2, check number 2744, $1,000. Cash withdrawn for the engagement benefit, $90. And I'm adding a void check fee of $31, although I'm not really sure if that's going to be charged or not. So the balance of outstanding checks is $1,106. What's all that? Okay.
Oh, this meeting is being recorded.
Hello? Get a little closer by an inch. How's that? And we may have to turn it off. I mean, if it's not working, it's not working. So that's getting turned off. Well, Carol did that for you. Anyhow, going back to wherever we were, it was a balance of outstanding checks of $1,106, and then there's the check voided for $1,000. Charge card, no action. People helping people, ending balance $2,357.87. Savings account and ending balance, no change, $6,244.16. Columbus Foundation estimated market value of June 7th on June 7th was $90,250.88. That's up since December 31st, $2,023.41. Now, spring grant from the Columbus Foundation, which we've already received, of course, is $5,658.47. And to compare that to last year, we received $6,400.50 and expect in the fall to receive another $1,100. So we'll have about $300 more to play with. The payout year to date of the engagement benefit is $550. And notes to this financial statement, last April, and actually this didn't even make it into the minutes, but we talked about authorizing moving some or all of the savings account to a CD. And at the tail end of the treasurer's report, I'd like to make a motion to that effect. So that concludes the report.
Any questions for Lee regarding the treasurer's report? No questions from anyone regarding the treasurer's report at all? And Lee, you say you have a couple proposals, or
Have to pass the.
okay. Would someone like to make a motion that we accept Lee's treasurer report as read and spoken? Mike Russell makes a motion. Does someone like to make a second? Ed Snively is seconding the motion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unopposed? Okay, the motion has passed on Lee's treasurer report.
Hello.
You talked about moving money out of the one account to savings.
Yes, we talked a bunch about that at the last meeting, but it never even made it into the minutes. And Janae and I did not have time. And so that would be what a motion, which I haven't even made yet, would be about. But if we want to just start discussing it, that's cool.
Well, make the motion first. Make the motion first.
Okay. All right. The motion would be to transfer all or most of the savings account funds of the Columbus chapter to a CD at Huntington National Bank. Treasurer and president must work together to complete this.
Okay, one question. What term are you going to do the CD for?
We don't know yet because we haven't been to the bank and found out what terms they actually are. I can't do that. Can you carry it around? Thank you. Thanks, Lynn.
Sure. I mean, yes.
Question. If I remember the financial report correctly, don't we have about 18,000 in the checking and about 11 in the savings? Am I correct?
No, 6,000 in the savings account.
Okay.
And the idea was, well,
Okay.
that's
I
the
heard
statement.
18. Maybe I heard
18,300 in the checking account plus some change.
Would we consider moving some from the checking into savings so we have more in the CD? And the other thing, as of the 5th, Huntington had a 7-month CD for 5.13, if that's helpful. It's a special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have to find out what the business accounts are getting. You see, that could be personal.
That could be personal CDs, not business
so we
CDs.
don't know yet. And so that's what Janae and I would have to find out about. The other thing is we say we find out that we have to put 10,000 in a CD. So maybe I use the word discretion in the motion, and part of my using the word discretion would cover, say, getting 3,000 out of the checking account to add to the savings account if the chapter agrees to pass that. Lynn is on the way.
Okay, I'm in another organization. It's a nonprofit, and the CD doesn't seem to match. We've got a CD, and they didn't, whether you're a business or not, didn't seem to make much difference.
I have a question, Mike. Is that with Huntington?
Yes.
Okay. We would still need to check because we don't want to make any assumptions.
There we go.
Are we having accidents over here?
No. Now everybody knows what I feel like.
Make a friendly amendment to your proposal, Lee. The treasurer and the president look into this matter and are authorized to transfer up to $10,000 to this CD.
So if I'm hearing correctly, Lynn has made a motion that me and Lee go and find out information regarding us moving money, the 6,000 in savings and possibly additional 3,000 from checking based on what the stipulations are at Huntington Bank.
Mm-hmm. And I accepted that friendly amendment.
Okay. Is there someone, so we accepted the motion to, someone would like to second that motion? Mary Carabinas. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? The motion has passed. Me and Lee will take care of finding that out.
And thanks for all the discussion. That was helpful.
Appreciate it. I will say that may happen before convention and may happen after convention, just as a FYI. Okay, next on the agenda is committee reports. Sunshine Committee, PHP Committee. And I would like to have maybe, if we can, a short discussion regarding the Sunshine. We've had some changes with that, and we still that's still hanging. So first, PHP. Is there any update from PHP?
Yes, I received a message from the environmental chair on the Northern Lions Club. He will soon become the president of the Northern Lions Club, Kirby Whitmer. And he has asked to learn more about the PHP program. So Lee and I will go in either August or September, depending which opening they give us as speakers.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else, Denise?
Well, there's one person that called regarding a patient, hospital patient that was interested. I think the social worker was looking for somebody for a group for that person to join to address isolation, the issue of isolation. But I haven't heard back from the social worker since I returned the call. So
okay, thank you.
There's additional from the Vision Loss Support Group on Tuesday. Julie Ney, I think is the name, was the presenter and from Universal Technologies Group, maybe it's VT something anyway, and she was demonstrating magnifiers, and she was, I think she's orchestrated using a PHP grant before, and she was very interested to find out that we could fund up to $1,000, and also the ACB Ohio could fund up to half of $1,000, and we don't check with each other. So. Okay. All right, I'll try to run the room if I have to. So we'll see.
Okay. So since Sean is out of Zoom, okay? He's coming back. Okay. Sounds like the
Nope.
the Vision Loss Support Group. We probably need to talk about the fact that maybe Columbus, Ohio, and Ohio should work together with that regarding helping those who are in Ohio or Central Ohio be able to have a way of getting the equipment that they need or helping with the cost of it.
Thank you.
Sean is back.
Okay, Sean's back. Thank you.
I am. My computer rebooted and I lost speech and had to.
SP Windows.
Now, hang on. I do need to address something that's on Zoom that keeps happening. So give me just a moment because
We'll hold.
Mary, you need to press the record button. The button that says it's okay to be Mary, you need to press the button that says it's okay to be recorded. Entering and leaving the meeting over and over again is not going to fix the problem. Please tab over to the button that says okay about the meeting being recorded. I apologize, but this has been an ongoing thing for the past 5 minutes. Okay, that should sort it, I think.
I always remember when you're in Zoom, if you leave and come back, you still have to always hit that okay or got it button. And depending on your device, it may be located in a different place. Otherwise,
absolutely.
Well, it's also true when you arrive that you need to do that.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There is at this point, not a setting that says record all meetings. I don't care. We really need one.
That's a universal rule in Zoom. When you enter a meeting, you have to accept that you're going to be recorded when the meeting's being recorded.
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I could not get to I know about the got it button. Yeah. I did not know that I couldn't find a got it button. So I'm glad I heard you say hit the record
sometimes
button.
You have to hit F6 to do it, and sometimes it's just funky. But you're here, and we're good. And I didn't mean I'm sorry I had to call you out specifically, but
So I apologize for being late. I had several things I wanted to say, but now it's too late because you've already voted and everything. So I'll get it next time.
Well, you can hopefully save those maybe for comments later. So just hold your thoughts. So, Lee, you want to kind of finish what you were saying regarding PHP or matching grants?
I think we were good there.
Good there. Okay.
Julie was perhaps could orchestrate having future customers, so to speak.
Okay. I think she works for what used to be Universal Low Vision Aids.
I'm just stressed. I can't remember their name now. It's something
Universal Vision Technology.
Yeah.
And Vicky's hand is raised in Zoom.
Yes, Miss Crahan.
Janae, you actually sort of reminded me, for those people, thank you, Sean, for those people who don't know, and just as a reminder for those who do, ACB Ohio also has a matching grants program, and just because you get something from PHP does not mean you are excluded from the matching grants. So there's no guarantee that your application will be accepted by either program, but there is nothing to prevent you from applying to both. And there have been times over the last few years when an individual has received funds from both sources, especially for something like the magnifiers. If you're going to invest $4,000, you can you need all the help you can get. So just a reminder, if you want, the idea is not to apply for $50 from each one when what you're buying is $50, but for those expensive things, we're there.
Thank you, Vicky. Sunshine committees, if we kind of don't have one, does anybody have any news of anyone who has either been in the hospital, inpatient, outpatient, anyone that's at home and who is under the weather that we need to make note of, since we don't really currently have an active Sunshine committee?
Go ahead.
Someone may have already mentioned that Larry Honecker had his second knee replaced, and I believe that was a week ago last Thursday. And the first one was very successful. So, and he told me he was looking forward to 2 weeks of painful rehabilitation, and after that, things got very much better. So,
okay. Someone had comments in Zoom.
Yeah, this is Michelle. I just wanted to share that Elmer Fisher's really not doing well. He's been under hospice care for a couple weeks now, but Thursday they think he had a stroke, and he's just really in bad shape. Just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Michelle. Any other health-related updates about any of our members?
Gail Baldwin is not here today, which distresses me a little bit because I know she called me yesterday morning with some kind of stomach discomfort and shortness of breath, and have not heard anything from her since, and I'm not sure anyone has.
I spoke with her yesterday afternoon around 3 or 4, and she was okay at the moment, but yeah. I don't know anything after that.
Janae.
Yes.
Mary Highland.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question/comment.
Yes.
I've heard you say a couple of times we don't have a Sunshine Committee, and I wonder if you're going to appoint one or if you're asking for volunteers to be on that committee, because the comment portion of my comment is that I would be glad to serve on that committee. But
yeah. If you want to serve, I've never said that I've always said I'm looking for people to volunteer to be a part of our committees. I've given a simple number of just 3, but yes, I would like people who want to help keep track of those who are sick and shut in within our group and who have had hospital stays, outpatient things. Yes, if you want to do that, you're welcome to. Definitely.
All right. Well, then make it official. I do hereby volunteer. I don't want to chair it.
That's fine. That's
okay.
fine.
I was wondering if I could ask a question of Mary Highland pertinent to something that's come up in a previous meeting while she's available. Would that be okay, Janae?
Sure.
Mary, are you with us still?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't at the last meeting, and I just don't know if the plays that are going to be audio described have been identified at the Short North Stage.
I haven't heard, but I think their season is not. It's not their season at the moment, isn't it? Doesn't it start in the fall?
No, they're performing here as we, this weekend. So
I haven't heard anything.
Okay, I just didn't know when it would start and stop, and who's, how that gets decided and all that. So I was just curious to be updated.
I don't know, but I'll be glad to make that contact again and ask how they intend to let us know.
Okay, thank you.
Which ones they're going to offer.
Great.
Hey, Mary, could you find out if they have an email list or a newsletter that maybe the chapter can be connected to?
Yes. Good point.
If we can, that would be great.
So I don't know if Lee mentioned this in his report, that there was a $30 checking fee listed.
And
you did comment on that?
Did mention that, and it's prospective. We haven't been charged that yet. For whatever reason, they didn't receive the first $1,000 check. So
okay. Thank you.
I did not feel good when Denisha told me that. Well, I've been missing mail times. And I thought,
yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Could I just ask another question? Since I couldn't get connected, at first I was.
Add one more, and then we want to move on to a couple other things. So yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's about the C3D. Have you already talked about that?
No, we haven't gotten to that yet. No, ma'am.
Okay. I will hold my peace.
Okay. So next on the agenda is information news from ACB Ohio.
Katie, your hand is raised, and I don't know, is that for ACB Ohio or something else, but I'll let Janae figure out what she'd like to do.
Katie?
Yes. So I can talk about ACB Ohio, a couple things, but I also did want to share that I know the Short North Theater has an email list. I get a lot of emails from Kappa and Short North Stage. I think they have as part of that. But I've not heard anything about audio description. I do know that the Kappa summer movie series audio description information has been, I believe that was sent to the chapter list. If not, I have it in my email and I can share it out to the group.
Have you sent it last?
Sorry?
Yes, I do recall seeing that.
Yeah, I said you sent it last week, I believe.
Someone did. Maybe I did. I don't know. That was last week. And then for ACB Ohio, Vicki mentioned the matching grants program earlier. I do want to mention that we have an ACB Ohio walk team this year. So we're participating in the Brenda Dillon Memorial Walk. Brenda was a vice president within ACB and just a passionate person about raising funds for the organization, and an incredible individual who is no longer with us. But we have a walk team called the Bold. That's Bold Buckeyes, and you can donate to it. The walk is a fundraiser that benefits ACB nationally and our state affiliate. So 50% of the funds raised will come back to our affiliate when you donate through the link to our team, which is currently on the acbohio.org homepage. You can find the link there. And we also have partnered with Blind Girl Designs, who some of you may know from our conventions or past national conventions. She makes really cool stuff. I actually have to close her website, so I don't want to buy everything that she sells. But she sells really neat stuff, good quality clothing, and just neat designs. But she's partnered with us to put the Bold Buckeyes stuff on. There's a t-shirt you can get, an apron, or a zippered tote, or a hoodie with the Bold Buckeyes stuff on it. And that also supports ACB Ohio. It's part of the fundraiser as well. So do take advantage of that. And the national convention is coming up in Jacksonville. Some of the virtual events start on the June 19th with the ACB Candidates Forum, where you can get to know the prospective candidates for the National Board of Directors and Board of Publications. So that kicks off the virtual programming, and then the in-person events start July 5th through the 12th in Jacksonville. What else, Vicki or Michelle?
Let me just chime in with the Fall Fest.
Yes.
The State Sports and Rec Committee has been planning a really fun event, and the dates are September 27 to 29, and this will be in Worcester. And we did it last year and had about 20 people that attended, and they all said it was a great time. Let's see. So Friday night, the group is gonna take part in Worcester Fest, like a street fair that's right there outside the hotel. You know, got your live music, vendors, food trucks, wine garden, beer garden, and other activities. Then on Saturday, there's fishing and hiking at a nature preserve, and then a group dinner at a restaurant later on, and games and euchre tournament in the evening. We've got a hospitality room where, you can just hang out and chill. We've got games, socializing, good times. Then on Sunday, there's another event, and the group will go to Clear Creek Park in Worcester for another hike. And so there's all kind of stuff going on for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The cost is $80 for reservation, and the hotel is $125 a night.
Thank you, Michelle. Aha. One more other thing regarding convention. If you are going to convention, the Columbus chapter will reimburse you for your registration fee. You have to send a receipt to Mr. Lee Tucker, is that correctly?
That is correct.
So if you are going and you've paid your $45 and you would like that to be reimbursed, you have to submit a receipt, proof of payment to Mr. Lee Tucker for reimbursement for the national convention in Jacksonville.
And I forgot one thing on or the Fall Fest. Friday evening, there's also a tour of Long Military Museum, a tour and a dinner. So they've got all kind of, World War II memorabilia and equipment, and so military museum tour on Friday night also.
Okay. Someone in the room has a question?
I have a question about the walk. The fundraising walk. Do you have details where it is and when and all that?
It's a virtual walk, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it's a
It's a fundraiser.
walk. Oh, virtual walk. Okay.
It's a virtual walk.
You mentioned that if somebody's going to the convention, that the Columbus chapter would reimburse it. We might Zoom to it, but we still have to register. So if we can turn in the receipt there to Lee, and correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, because it's
Registration closes, I believe, June 17th.
The walk that you were talking about, are you talking about the Brenda Dillon walk?
Yes.
Okay, it's
Yes.
usually, unless they're doing it differently this time. Usually, if you go in person, they have an actual walk. But
You're correct, Shirley. I couldn't unmute. I'm sorry. My Zoom is acting up. There is an in-person walk at the convention for those attending in Jacksonville, but you don't have to participate. I mean, obviously, if you're not going in person, you can still participate virtually. That's what I want to say. So if you are going, we'd love to have you walk with us on Sunday evening before the general session. But if you're not, and you can still participate virtually. That's what makes it great. So it's not just for those in person. It is for anyone who can help and give anything that you can. Is greatly appreciated.
Vicky's hand is raised in Zoom.
Yes, Ms. Vicky Prahan.
Another little note about the National Convention. I am serving this year as the delegate. So if you would like to vote, and you do not have to be in person, you can vote virtually also. But if you'd like your vote to be counted when it comes time to elect officers and board members, to pass resolutions, etc., there is an article in the Spring Ohio Connection
newsletter.
Summer. Yeah.
Summer. Well, I don't know what season we're in. 90 degrees.
Well, Janae said it was July earlier, so I guess you're okay.
We're all confused here. Anyway, in there, among other little tidbits, is my cell phone number, which everyone here has because it's on the membership list. So if you want to include your vote, in addition to your individual vote with our affiliate vote, just call or text my phone, and assuming I can work the technology that day, we'll make sure that you count.
And if for some reason you can't reach Vicky, I'm here as an alternate. I'm going as an alternate for Ohio. So between the two.
I might decide that she has to alternate as we're casting votes. So you just never know.
Yes. Reach me, and my phone number is always in the bottom of my email list and on the membership list, my cell phone number. So now on the agenda, we're going to move on to one more comment, and I'd like to move on to the last two things on the agenda, please.
One I want to make about this past discussion of several items. The Worcester Festival sounds really great, but let's not forget, in Columbus, Ohio, we have several festivals also, and there'd be no motel charge. Something just to think about locally.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. I'd like to move on to on the agenda, old business, any old business that needs to be covered and discussed. This could be anything we've talked about in the last, few meetings.
Yes, this is Mary Highland.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it's my understanding that we have allocated $4,000 in $1,000 increments to give to various organizations such as VoiceCore, Newsreel, and then audio description. And I was not able to be here last month because I was away at dog school. So I would have brought up, and I asked Lee to talk briefly about the C3D service. And I would like to propose that we have a speaker with demonstrations of that at the Columbus chapter meeting. And then that it's my understanding we still have $1,000 to spend for another organization that serves people who are blind in the Columbus area. Yes. So I would like, maybe this needs to go to the finance committee first, but I'd just like to float that idea that we spend that last $1,000 on C3D, because I think it's a very valuable service for people to use. It's not just, I listened to the meeting last time, and it seemed like people were thinking that it was just like model of the hotel. It's much more than that. And as Lee mentioned last month on my behalf, they are at present making a model of downtown Gahanna, which is where I live. In the minutes from last month, it was written that I live in Worthington, which really didn't make any sense. I just wanted to make that small correction. I would have done so if I could have gotten the got it button. So I would like to present that as a follow-up. That I believe that belongs in old business because I brought it up before.
Say, Mary, I intend to have other finance committee meetings, one more at least this month, either next week or the week after. So the committee has just a few members right now, but I think it should be open to all the membership to show up. So, and you've already sent email to the finance committee, so that's,
yes. Mm-hmm.
We can begin to handle things like that then in that committee, because we have choices to make. And just because we've got a budget of whatever we said it was in the spring, that's not, to me, set in stone, because whenever I bring up budget numbers, people just go nod and kind of go to sleep. So I think we have more flexibility there than at least this year than we're used to. So just bring it up at the finance committee meeting, which will make sure.
Okay. Well, okay. But how about the idea of having them present as a speaker at one of our meetings?
That's perfectly fine. If you want to, look into that and let me know what you find out.
I think what we can do, and it is because when they were at our convention last year, I know that Rachel Densmore has a contact there, so I could reach out to her and find out how we might make that happen, because I don't I remember her name was Caroline, and I don't remember her last name.
Excuse me, Sean. I have her contact information, Caroline's, and I have talked to her, and I've actually told her that I was going to present the idea to you all about having them come as a speaker, and she said, "Oh, that'd be great."
Yeah, she's welcome to come. Just schedule, maybe she can come maybe in August or our September meeting. See if she's available for then. That would be great.
All right, I'll contact her then.
And let me know what she says. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Any other old items anybody wants to talk about at the moment?
And if she actually brings models, that might be an incentive to come to that particular whichever meeting she's at. That because Zoom is great, but we can't feel stuff over Zoom. So that might be a meeting. If we get her, that might be a popularly attended in-person meeting.
Right. That was my idea, and my idea in having her. And I did tell her that we would want to have them bring, models for people to examine.
So our summer gathering is July 27th. We have a shelter from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's Parker Roses, the Whetstone Park. It's shelter number 1. It's our annual summer gathering. It would be nice if you could RSVP so we kind of have an estimate. So because we're going to have the food catered from our favorite place around the corner here, Cornerstone Deli. And I've been in contact with the manager regarding what will be on the menu, and Leah and I are going to talk about that here in one moment. And I'm also coordinating with the Harmony Project, which I work for, to have volunteers to help serve us our meal and interact with us while we're there at the shelter in the park that day.
Is there going to be information such as address and location
stuff?
Well,
that will go out in the email once I can confirm
closer to. Okay.
It will go out so people can find it and start, planning how they're going to get there and things like that. But wow.
Street address for
Yes, I'll get the street address. I'll get the street address. Right now, just coordinating those basic logistics such as food and volunteers. And I'll get the street address. I've been working with Mike Russell, and just kind of confirming a few things. But you all will get all the information in advance.
Maybe that street address could be included in today's minutes.
Okay. I don't have it right offhand.
Do it.
Does Mike, do you know the street address offhand?
Community Center, 3923 North High Street. Yeah,
It's not the community center.
Not the community center.
The Columbus Park of Roses, 3901 North High Street.
Yeah, that's the north end. We're trying to get down to the shelter house. So it may be different. Yeah.
Because we don't want anybody to get dropped off at the wrong place.
Because there is a large shelter building that's enclosed, and that's not where we're going. We're going a little bit west of there, down the road.
So.
It's kind of a difficult place to find. Well, it could be with a cane. I mean, it's yeah. The dog can probably find it because you look for the hamburger buns.
Okay.
Mark Brodigham's hand is raised.
Okay, hold on. Let's let Mark Brodigam ask a question in Zoom. Yes, Mark.
You will need to press *6 to unmute.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you got it.
Usually we have the like picnic using the place in the past. You didn't have a monthly meeting. We're going to have a monthly meeting second Saturday next month, or we got to cancel like we always did in the past a lot.
I didn't understand what he said.
He wants to know: Are we foregoing the meeting the second Saturday in July?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good question.
Okay. Yeah. And us a caterer, somebody can, update that on the monthly meetings on, the ACB number, and you punch the one there about that, because we still got Lockheed's Life. You can help out and let anybody might touch that, key to see what's going on there. We're not going to have that one.
I didn't understand what he said.
That's another.
Oh, and the ACB meeting, the monthly meeting reports are updates there.
He's talking about the information line.
Yeah, that's a missing committee that's currently not functioning. We could call it communications.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're trying to figure that out.
Figure that out. Oh, okay. So we'll skip the meeting then. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
So, the last thing on our agenda is new businesses. Is there anything new that anyone would like to bring up that we should consider for the future? As far as new business?
Well, we have the catering to talk about.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the catering at this time. So, since, like I said a minute ago, we are having our summer gathering catered. Since we're going to be outside to make it easier from the Cornerstone Deli, and they've given us a few options, and we want to read those to you all and get a kind of an idea of what you all like, don't like, so we can go back and maybe see so we can have a consensus of what everybody wants. So there's a decent variety, but we can't, take down everybody's individual thing or meal. So Lee, you want to read what Hadi has sent?
Yes. So I'm going to divide this into two parts. One is there is a box lunch that we're going to each receive, and then also drinks. Now, the box lunch will contain one cold sandwich, one bag of chips, potato salad, although that may be a little different, one cookie, mayonnaise, and mustard. And the cold sandwich choices are, reading this off my phone, is like a turkey club, which is turkey, bacon, lettuce, tomato, and mayo. The Gordy, which is turkey and roast beef, lettuce, onion, Munster cheese, and Thousand Island dressing. The BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato, and mayo. And the cold turkey wrap, turkey, lettuce, cucumber, alfalfa sprout, and onion chive cream cheese. Also, there are two vegetarian choices for the wraps or sandwich. The Veggie Delight, veggie cream cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, green pepper, alfalfa sprouts, and cucumber. Or the Mediterranean Veggie Spring Mix, sunflower seed, alfalfa sprout, and tomato and hummus. Now, they've also been asked if they could include a few sandwiches called the Big Cliff, which is a cold Italian sub. Hoagie bun, ham, salami, turkey, American cheese, provolone cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, and Italian dressing. So it's kind of like 6.5 choices that we have for that, because we expect to have fewer of the hoagie guys. As the side, there's also a possibility of macaroni or coleslaw sides in addition to potato salad. And drinks would be a choice of Coke, Diet, Sprite, and bottled water or bottled water and bottled juice, apple juice or orange juice. And what we need to decide there is basically how many of each ones we want to get. In fact, that's the case with the sandwiches too, how much of each one we want to get. Does that sound complete, Janae?
Yes, it does. It sounds complete. You want to share what your kind of idea was too, just so they can have it. Because I like the idea you proposed for how we should divvy it up.
Did I by any chance propose that we could vote for each choice here in the?
No.
No, I did not. Okay, what was it? What did I propose?
No, remember you sent to me where you said 10 of this, 10 of that.
Yeah, it's sort of like we're voting for 10 of say 4 or 5 of the choices. I mean, we're anticipating what? I mean,
we usually have 45 or so people.
50, yeah.
At
yeah.
at our
And
gathering.
by the way, this is also being paid by volunteers, as it has been in the past few years. So there's no cost to the human being sitting here.
So, anyone that has any thoughts on the choices, or if you know of something else you'd like to see if we can substitute, I can talk to the owner and see if he can change out something for something else.
They're going to let us pick that many varieties, or do we have pick like 2 or 3 things? Will they let us, you know, if we're gonna have like 5 or 6 of each or whatever, are we allowed to pick as many as we want, or can you have that many from your listing?
I believe we can probably get away with, well, Lee had a great idea. We had maybe 10 of, say, the turkey, 10 of, say, something else, just so we have a variety of choices, because we know not everybody's going to want to eat.
Like 10 of each of the sandwiches, the
Yeah.
the 6 main sandwiches we mentioned.
Yeah,
we could just do that.
Yeah. And I reached out and asked if there could be an option just in case somebody didn't want potato salad for a side, and maybe we could have macaroni salad or coleslaw, just so there's a little bit of a variety and you're not stuck with one food item that you may not like to eat. So if anybody has any thoughts or ideas, willing to hear those, so I can, go back and negotiate with the owner regarding what would be our catering order.
I just make sure
Sounds
that
like a good idea.
there's like veggies and kind of wraps and
But there's 2
and the
veggie
stuff.
options. I don't know if you heard Lee.
Right. But I just want to make sure that at least have the veggies there, so that in case somebody doesn't eat meat.
Yeah, well, definitely. So like right now there's 2. I don't know if we can add a third, but there's 2 that he sent us 2 veggie choices.
Yeah, the other one was like lox and bagel or something. So that's not veggie in my book, but
I love potato salad. I love potato chips, but instead of having 2 potatoes, any thought of having the potato salad and a little cup of fruit instead of 2 potatoes?
I can reach out and ask and see if that's something he's willing to make a switcheroo on. I could definitely ask. Definitely ask anybody else. I'll ask about the fruit cup. That's a good idea.
yeah, we have to consider that like the box lunch comes with a cold sandwich and a solid. So how are we going to mix up the box, say the different sandwiches with different, say potato salad or macaroni? That won't work practically. So
maybe even when we do this, let me think about that, because I've seen where they, again, just like your idea with the sandwiches, that maybe certain boxes will have potato salad as an option, and maybe the other half maybe will have macaroni salad. Just thinking of that, because
I'm just pretty sure that when places do a box lunch like this, the sandwich is really the only thing that they can change.
the sandwich, the only thing could change is if they keep the.
I think based on, because just based on, I remember we were dealing with this for the convention last year, and I think that the non-sandwich items in the box lunch, they pretty much want, for simplicity, all of that has to be the same.
Okay. So
I think
of, do we want the side to be potato salad or macaroni salad? And then,
maybe they could provide a container, the mass container of like macaroni or something like that as extra. Maybe that.
That might do it.
I'll email him and ask him.
Janae?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure. Oh, just a second. I'm in the microphone. I'm not sure if you said or not. Maybe I missed it. Was there going to be any type of a dessert included, like a brownie or a cookie? Or
cookie? There's a cookie in the box. Yep.
Okay. All right. Very
Chocolate
good.
chip cookie, I believe.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Should we just have people RSVP, and then when they say yes, I'm coming, I'd like to have such and so wrap or.
No, we just need a head count, and then when it's probably better if we just get a head count, and then the reason why we were thinking about having 10 of each type of sandwich, so that when folks get there, then they can decide, they can pick, they can say, hey, I want this one, and the volunteers can bring you which box lunch you want. So I think that might be easier just to get a head count versus trying to take individual orders.
And probably the same for the pop, because that comes in flats of 12 cans or else 6 in a package.
So we just would need a head count. So just say, yes, I'm coming. Plus, if you're bringing somebody, say you're bringing somebody, me plus 1 and me plus 2. So we kind of have a general head count. So when we place the order, we can know how many to order, and we'll place the order the week of, like on that Monday, so that they can have it ready, on Saturday. Cause I asked them, how far in advance do we need to place a catering order? And he said a couple days in advance. I'm going to do it at least 3 because I don't want any mistakes or mishaps, so we can enjoy what we have. Any other questions or comments?
Yes, I went out and called the public library, and the guy looked it up and saw a picture of the building, and he says it's 3901 North High Street, which is a different address than the rec center. But I will call the Parks and Rec by Tuesday and check that out for sure, and send it email it to Lee and Janae.
Thank you, Mike. If there's no other things for new business, I would like to ask someone to make a motion that we adjourn the meeting because we have another thing we'd like to do.
Renee, I need to make one comment, and that is for the first aid class. We need to make sure that we know our head count by July 16. We will be charged for the program whether we participate or not if we don't give them that notice of confirmation that yes, we are going to be liable financially for the number of people that we commit.
Okay.
So if you've had a change of plans or whatever, you feel free to email me, but I will need to know by July 16th that yes, you are participating, or no, you're not.
So those who want to participate in the first aid class that Denise has set up for everybody, would you reach out to let her know if you're going so she can have a proper head count for that?
Just by July 16th.
By July 16th. It's July 16th.
The class.
Oh, what's the day of the class?
I believe that's August 17th. I don't have it sitting in front of me, but I believe that's right.
August 17th, she believes.
And I can send an email out closer to July 16 to remind people.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, that will, for the first day class, that will all go out in the email. Denise doesn't have it in front of her, so she'll make sure that all that pertinent information's out in an email.
Yeah, it's definitely August 17th. I don't need to sit and wonder. I know it's August 17th, Saturday. I just don't have the time in front of me.
Is it the same place, Denise, as it was before?
Same place.
Same place. Okay.
And just so people know that after July 16th, if you cancel, you need to pay the chapter back unless we can find a replacement.
Yes, that was part of the motion.
I think we did that motion back in either February or March, if I'm not mistaken.
A long time ago.
If there's no other issue that we need to address for this particular business meeting, would someone like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I will. This is Shirley.
Shirley has made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Is there a second?
This is Sean, second.
I think I heard somebody else first.
Okay.
Lynn seconded. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?